I'd like you to meet the Sarin family. Gary, Cheryl, Clarissa, Ian, Caleb, and Juliana were finishing their Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve when their car was struck by a drunk driver. Cheryl, Ian, and Juliana did not survive the accident. Meet Robert Van Dyke, a 42-year-old man from Springville, Utah. In 2000, with a suspended license and a blood alcohol level 4 times over the legal limit, Mr. Van Dyke hit and killed a mother and her 12-year-old daughter. Drunk driving is an issue of grave importance that has long affected the citizens of this country, and not only affects the person behind the wheel, but the victims, family, friends, and community. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, alcohol-related motor vehicle crashes kill someone every 31 minutes and non-fatally injure someone every 2 minutes. That means that in the time that I give this presentation, 4 to 6 people will be injured because someone who was consuming alcohol chose to act irresponsibly and get behind the wheel of a car impaired. Not enough programs are in place to prevent future accidents from happening. We have no intent to take away the person's right to drink. It is their personal choice to act in that manner. But when that person decides to get behind the wheel of a car impaired, that decision affects all of us. Drunk drivers are not punished harshly enough for the actions they commit. Robert Van Dyke's punishment for his first DUI was 1 day in jail, a $500 fine, and community service. Considering that every time an impaired driver gets behind the wheel of a car impaired, someone could lose their life, this punishment is hardly harsh enough. Because of the flaws in the legal system, drunk drivers often become repeat offenders. An article in the Salt Lake Tribune states that Robert Van Dyke was arrested for DUI in Utah County and charged with a 3rd-degree felony. According to 4th District Court records, Mr. Van Dyke was also arrested for DUI in American Fork in 1997 and in Provo in March of 1999. These are hardly harsh enough consequences for a man who is a repeat offender. In addition, jails are becoming far too overcrowded, which prevents those convicted with driving under the influence from serving any time in jail. The Salt Lake Tribune states that those offenders convicted with a Class A misdemeanor, which includes driving under the influence of a substance, are booked and then released from jail because of overcrowding. The article also states that offenders are released regardless of their past criminal history. This revolving door creates significant public safety concerns. Repeat offenders should not be allowed the chance to be put back into our communities where they can harm others again. Here are a couple possible solutions to prevent drunk drivers from killing or injuring others again. First, law enforcement officers should implement more random sobriety checkpoints. Sobriety checkpoints allow law enforcement officers to randomly stop vehicles and test the blood alcohol level of people's blood and arrest those drivers with a blood alcohol level over the legal limit. The well-known group Mothers Against Drunk Driving states that these checkpoints have been shown to reduce alcohol-related motor vehicle crashes and fatalities by 20%. And they've been shown to be a cost-effective means of enforcement. Second, alcohol detection bracelets, also known as SCRAM, should be given to all those convicted with driving under the influence. These bracelets automatically detect for alcohol consumption every hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The information from these bracelets will allow law enforcement officers to closely monitor offenders, which will in turn decrease the chance of the offenders becoming repeat offenders. This country will continue to bear the emotional and financial burden associated with drunk driving unless further action is taken by lawmakers to create harsh enough consequences that one will be less likely to gamble with driving impaired. If drastic measures are not taken to prevent drunk drivers from killing or injuring others, it could be your father, mother, brother, sister, or even you who is the next victim of drunk driving. Thank you.